Lakisha?
How did I meet Lakisha? I actually met her at a bully walk, an anti-bully walk. And a lady named Linda that I was going around doing talks with throughout the DMV brought me to this anti-bully walk, and I didn't even know I was supposed to speak, but she brought me in and I started to speak, and I was telling my story about, you know, being bullied and being the bully. And then I talked about forgiveness and stuff like that, and so it caught her ear, and that's how I met her. I met her, you know. She walked up to me, and I think, did you give me your number then? Yeah, we exchanged numbers, and after we exchanged numbers, it was sky's the limit from there. Yep.
Fantastic.
What work have we done? Quite a few things. We have accomplished so much so far. Since I've met her, we've done at least about 3 different hands up, guns down events. We did a men's town hall meeting. We also have an initiative called The Awakening that we do once a month, and it's a Zoom call with Dr. Ross and Dr. Paulette and a few other good, you know, professional people with dealing with mental health issues. And me and Lakisha, you know, brought that and partnered in on that with SSOS and TBOC. So we got a lot of projects in the pot.
Stop Stealing Our Souls, my movement in hopes of stopping sexual violence.
TBOC, Taking Back Our Community. Yeah. And our journey has just begun, but it's already done. Believe that. Sky's the limit. Like I told Lakisha that I actually want to add, you know, on to her movement, Stop Stealing Our Souls, because I just feel like it's other ways too that people's souls are getting taken, and incarceration is one of them for sure, and drug addiction. I like to, you know, because with her situation is, you know, unfortunately a isolated situation, and it's hard, you know, she's very passionate about helping people with that, and I'm on the fight with her with that. But I have a son that's locked up right now in jail, so, and you know, he's been doing a little bit of time, but, you know, making bad decisions. So that's something that I want to help out with too, and if I can, you know, I think in the future maybe I can add on to her organization in a more, you know, more substantial way.
When I met Campbell, I was impressed by the level of forgiveness in which he spoke of. And when I actually walked up to him, I just had to congratulate him for how well he spoke. And I knew that it must have been God sent, because that was something that I always battled with, was forgiveness. So I felt that he was sent to show me like true forgiveness, because he had a serious story to share. And I wanted to share my life, and I told him that I wrote a book, Your Deliverance is Coming, and I, you know, told him it would touch his life, and my story is remarkable. And, you know, inner city girl from DC, raised by her father, single father, in the hype of drugs and crime. So, you know, it was just impressive to see someone strive and have been through so much and still can forgive. Like with me, like you've been through so much and still like try to find ways to forgive people. So once I collaborated, it was just like, wow. But I wanted to capture just some stories, just like a fun story, just one, a taste story, like a fun Hollywood story, because you know I love DMX. I love some of the people you met, like Michael Jackson and all these people. So anything you want, feel free to want to share.
All right. I met DMX. In LA one time, and me and my brother, we was kind of actually going through it at the time too. Wasn't stationary, and we didn't have a house or home and all that. We was kind of moving around a little bit and kind of in the streets. But this night we was gonna go over to, cause we knew Tretch and Naughty by Nature. They from around our way, and so we knew they was doing a concert in LA. So we was making our way just to show support and, you know, see Tretch and Naughty by Nature perform. So me and my brother went to, I think it was Fat Burgers or one of those stores, restaurants. And so my brother, I was outside. My brother, he went inside the restaurant, and I'm standing outside. I ain't even, you know, I'm just chilling. Then he came back out, rushed out like, yo, come in, yo, DMX in the spot, come on, cause you know I rap. At the time I was all about my rap music, and he knew maybe I could spit a verse or something in front of him and he'd feel my heartbeat. But my brother, he rushed out there, called me in there. I said, word, DMX in the restaurant? I bet. I went in there and I saw him kind of like freestyle battling like 3 other people. So I'm like in a cypher, and some of these guys from LA, you know, back then they really wasn't about freestyling and that kind of stuff, but only a certain selective few. But most of them, you know, they wasn't really about like that East Coast freestyling DMX vibe. So, you know, and I was, so I felt DMX with any rhyme he was spitting that night. Then the dude that was from LA spit something too, and I was just like that. Then I wound up being at a spit a verse. So DMX was like, yeah, I like that, dog, I like that, right? So then we walked outside, and then, you know, the dude, actually, I knew him from junior high school in LA. So he wound up saying, Tay, I know you, Tay, I know you. He said that I was acting salty because I was backing DMX up, saying that his rhymes was whack. He was telling DMX that, yo, the underground to eat you up. The underground to eat you up, though. DMX was like, bro, like just talking, you know, slick to him, and he was just like, really like, get out of here. And I was like, man, he right, bro. That spitting there was whack. You know what I'm saying? So I was coming out, he was like, Tay, I know you, man. You acting salty. I said, nah, I'm telling the truth. He had it, you know what I'm saying? So I'm giving DMX his props and all that. They all went away and all that. DMX stuck around. He was like, yo, what's up, dog? You know, where you going? I'm like, I'm about to hit up this concert over here with Naughty by Nature. He was like, oh, that's where I'm going, dog. I was like, he was like, yo, come on, come with me. He was like, yo, where you going? Yo, jump in the car. I'm like, yeah, my brother right there too. He was like, yeah, let them roll with, you know what I'm saying? He made my brother roll with his other homies. That was, you know, they had another car, boom. So then we went down Hollywood Boulevard. We both all rode in the car. You know, he asked me for some trees. I had a little bit of trees on my shop. So I was like, all right, here you go, bro. I couldn't charge him, even though I was feeling like, I'm starving out here. I ain't want to tell him like, damn, I'm homeless, I'm all this and that right now. But I'm with DMX, chilling with him. So he like, where the that dog, like, when my shop said, yo, I wanted to charge him so bad, but I said, nah, this ain't gonna be right. Cause if I charge him, then that might mess up the deal I'm trying to get. But I, you know what I'm saying? Cause he loved the verse that I spit. He was like, yeah, your shit is raw. I'm like, I can't charge this, man. So I just went with him, and we went right down the block, went over there, and jumped out the car. All these white girls on the corner waiting for DMX, and he jumping out like all these white girls, California girls. I was like, he got it like that. He just got all these girls. It wasn't just white, maybe a few other black girls, but mostly white girls. And DMX had no problem with none of that. So, but we chilled on the corner for about like, I don't know, maybe like good 10 minutes. Then he was like, come on, let's go in there, boom. So we all rolled, there was like 30 of us. They seen DMX, we all just walked right in. the whole entourage. I was like, yeah, that's what's up. So then I went to the bar. I walked around with my brother for a minute. I came back to the bar, saw DMX and Black Rob. He had this song called Whoa. And for some reason, I think Black Rob saw all the crudiness in my whole... DMX couldn't see it because he was cruddy like me. But Black Rob seen something in me. He was like, nah, man, I ain't with him like that, right? Because I was kind of homeless, like, so I'm kind of looking homely and like just trying to fit in. But, you know, Black Rob kind of was like, to DMX, right? So they wound it up, but no, he said, this Quill, this Black Rob. That's what he said. I said, what's up? And I knew he had a problem with me from the jump. I don't know why he did, but, you know, so then they wound it up getting on stage. They was like, oh, because Trex was coming on stage. It was like, oh. So they started going on stage. Boom. So I'm like, man, I ain't standing out there. I was with them. I was going up on the stage too. So I went up on the stage. They went up on the stage. I went up on the stage. Coolio, all of them was on the stage. I'm on the stage with all of them. And I'm like, man, I'm about to spit the rawest verse I ever had in my life, because I knew they was going to pass me the mic. Like, with DMX, he already knew I could spit at that point. So, you know, I knew he was going to pass me the mic, but Black Rob started ripping, and then DMX got the mic. Then I started grabbing his shirt, because that's one of the things that I used to do to some of my rap homies, that I just pull his shirt and pull it back just to give them energy, like hit the back of their back, like you know what I'm saying? He was like, boom, like, oh man. You know, so I'm grabbing his shirt and trying to give him energy. I'm thinking I'm giving him energy, you know, and you know, I tried to reach for the mic from Black Rob. I think he did like a 52 fake out, like, you know how you know how a baton get handled. He handed it off to his own hand. He handed the baton to his own hand and swapped it out, and I couldn't even grab the mic. So then I ain't gonna lie to you, I was like a sad puppy at that point, man. My brother, then I just went and I sat on this speaker. Everybody still was on stage. I just sat on the speaker like this, like. Cause now I'm not just homeless, but they just my opportunity just slipped right out of my hands. I was right there with DMX and everything. And then for some reason Black Rob ain't passed, maybe because I was pushing DMX all around and doing all that extra stuff. But you know, sometimes you do stuff like that in life when you go overboard with stuff and overkill. Don't matter how good you are, but if you overkill it sometimes, you know, you could miss opportunities. So I learned from that, man, and you know, you know, back in the day I would have never told that story all the way through. I'd have just stopped right there and when we came in. That's it.
It's good.
So I'm humble now, so I'm alright. Everything good. So that, you got your story, okay?
Yes, right now we're in the process of doing a peace rally. So we want to collaborate with Ray Grant, who is running for mayor of DC, and we want to show him support. We want to, you know, help him on his efforts of helping us stop the gun violence. He is definitely about ending gun violence. I believe he has a... Yeah, he has an initiative that they do filming, like shoot films, not guns. So it's like, you know, one of those kind of initiatives. It aligns up perfectly with what we're doing. And so that's why, you know, we're giving him an opportunity to, give us what his version of anti-gun violence in the community looks like. So yeah, that's gonna be fun too. Oh yeah. So hopefully we can get the support we need and we can really stop the crime and abuse and so much pain in the street, because at the end of the day, all we have is each other. No one can help us from us but us. And Harriet Tubman proved that. we Harriet Tubmans too. We taking back our communities. We trying to get people's souls back that was stolen. So, you know, we walking in the same light and the same energy as Harriet Tubman. And we both are on the Harriet Tubman executive board ran by the actual bloodline. So Rita Daniels is the CEO and founder, and she positioned us to help her aunt's vision, her legacy, stay alive. So I'm so appreciative of that. Thank you, Rita.
Shout out, Rita.
Support us. Go to tbocnow.com and www.stopstealingourselves.com. Peace.